Hello. Hi. Yes, we are live. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our weekly PDAX webinars. No? Last week, we took a break po, just so we can reorganize and restructure how we can deliver better content to you guys and how we can educate you guys all. So, thank you. We are back now in action. For those whose first time uh, to watch the webinar po, hello po. My name is Kyle. I'm your host. I'm usually the host in this webinar. And for this week's webinar, before I get ahead of myself, no, I just wanted to introduce, baka mag-wonder kayo, sino na sa baba ngayon. This is Matthew. No? Matthew is our intern at working at PDAX. No? And he's going to be with me for this special edition for our uh, webinar. No? So hi Matthew.
So hi Katie, hi everyone. So as Kyle mentioned, I'm Matthew, a business development intern here at PDAX. And for today, we'll be sharing with you guys some news that we found interesting over the last 2 weeks in the world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So just a
Right.
disclaimer now, just before we go into all the news, none of the things that we're going to say should be taken as financial advice, as we're just conveying the news and finding interesting things. Don't you think, Katie?
Yes, definitely. No? And for those who don't know what PDAX is, no, PDAX is a BSP licensed virtual currency exchange where you can trade digital assets like Bitcoin, Ripple, XRP, Ether, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and even USDT. So Tether, we offer Tether now. And you can uh, trade them in an open market at the most competitive prices. Now, what does this mean? No? We are an order book exchange, meaning we allow buyers and sellers to list orders at their desired price. And if someone on the other side, kung gusto mo magbenta and someone's willing to buy it at that certain price, then you have yourselves a transaction that's being done now. So we want to empower every Filipino to invest with easy access. That's our eventual goal. Syempre, as PDAX, we're lowering the barriers in investing, and that's also made possible with cryptocurrencies in the long run, right? That's our vision. So just some updates from us on our end, system wise, operations wise.
Excuse me.
First of all, we wanna apologize for the delays that you've been experiencing if you've been applying for verifications. No, there's been a surge of verification requests, and the entire team has been working around the clock to make sure we get your accounts reviewed and verified as soon as we can. It's just that we have to also comply with the rules and regulations properly and work with the BSP just so we can comply with the KYC regulations. And so, yes, please bear with us, po. Don't worry, po. We're doing our best to make sure that you are verified as soon as possible. And if there are any problems, we will reach out to you just so we can sort those things out. All right. And if this is your first time, once more, welcome again. And this is not our first webinar, actually. We've had previous webinars in the past. We've had them since siguro mga July, and we've had already 8 webinars. So if you guys want to go check them out after this webinar, we invite you and urge you to go to our videos tab in our Facebook page, and there's a playlist there of all our webinars that you can just go watch. Some of these uh, webinars include trading setup, trading analysis, how to conduct technical analysis, people from ZFreaks teaching us, from Lazada to talk about the changing market in the new normal, and much more, many more. So I'm sure you'll find many nuggets of wisdom there now. So going back to the essence of it all, no, why are we here? So this week's webinar, I have here with me Matthew, and we have collated and compiled a list of news that you guys, we feel that you, our clients, deserve to know because it serves as development in the crypto space. No? So the future of blockchain and crypto, and some exciting new developments that we feel na you guys, it would benefit you guys to learn, be more educated in these stuff, in these matters. So Yes. Um, just so, just to make it clear, we will entertain your questions as well. So there's the comment section below. You can comment and ask your questions to us. We may be able to know them, or we might not. But it's okay. We'll try our best to help answer. We have the aid of Google to figure out things now. So let's learn things together, right? So without saying any more things, I'll leave it to Matthew. Matthew, let's kick off the crypto roundup of news for this week and last week.
All right, all right, all
Exciting.
right. Thanks for that long intro, Katie. So yeah,
Sure.
just as Katie said, no, you guys just don't be afraid to ask questions, and we'll try our best to answer your questions, and we'll learn along the way as well. So yeah, moving on. The first news for today is that Bitcoin's price dropping down to 500,000 pesos. So yeah, just
Wild.
as we us here at PDAX, we're just as surprised as you are with this news, because we made this presentation like 2 days ago yesterday, and we had to rearrange the order of the news because of what happened overnight, because of the urgency of it. So yeah, continuing. So the price of Bitcoin for the whole month of August actually consolidated at 550,000 to 600,000, and this is a signal to a lot of investors that Bitcoin's price was stabilizing and entering like this mature phase. But unfortunately, traders rejected the 600,000 price and dropped to as low as 450,000 overnight. And currently, the 24-hour range for Bitcoin is at 500,000 to 550,000. So it's slowly recovering. And yeah, let's see where it goes from here.
Yeah. Could you pull up the chart, siguro, on
All
our
right,
on our website? Matthew?
right.
No
So
worries.
here we can see the PDAX trade platform, and here in the chart we can see how it dropped. No,
Grabe, no?
yeah. So
Yesterday, starting yesterday at around September.
I'll
Yeah,
pull up
September.
the 6 hour chart. So here,
Sige, sige.
around here.
Yeah, September 3. Yesterday, mga 2 p.m., everyone like started selling off from
Yeah,
580,000 and then 500,000. That's
seriously,
wild.
it really dropped. So it's basically back to July levels, as you can see.
Exactly.
Let's see if we can pull up the July prices from July. Yeah, here. See, July 20. It's around the same
Wow.
price.
Parang naging ano na rin yan, di ba? Parang,
Parang
parang
roller coaster,
hairline.
right?
Yeah, nga eh. Roller coaster, as they say.
Yeah. See,
Cryptocurrencies are also very volatile and, highly volatile, not just very volatile. And
but yeah, I guess that's the nature talaga of Bitcoin, no? Compared to some other stable coins and cryptocurrencies, is that it's very volatile.
yeah, may nag-comment dito, Matthew. This guy
Oh,
never used dark mode on chart. Absolute mad lad.
sorry,
So
what was the
you
comment?
don't use dark mode raw on the
Ah,
exchange.
yeah, because personally, I find dark mode to be, I don't know, it makes me sleepy if it's dark mode. I'll show you
Very true. Yeah.
there.
So Presner, we have our preferences.
Yes. So yeah, just a little feature on PDAX. You can choose light and dark mode for those who didn't know. All
So
right.
thanks, Matthew. Let's go to the next news. No, next news is, so if we're talking about Bitcoin, syempre we have to talk about Ethereum rin. No, so if you could pull up the chart for Ethereum rin, Ethereum, our original news for this was, is Ethereum going to reach 25,000 pesos? No? So that was yesterday again, and that was during when the price was still around 23,000. It was still hovering around that area. But as you guys can see, parang bumalik na sa 20,000 area, no, of it's parang ano siya, parang support around that area,
Yeah, it looks like it.
18.5 day support.
Yeah, here.
So we don't know what caused this. I mean, we have some research that can show why, kung bakit, what contributed to the sudden crash of BTC and Ethereum. No, and we'll talk about it in the future news, in the upcoming news. No, pero for now, just to let you guys know, yeah, so Ethereum prices corrected like 13%. Pero yung data from the derivatives still says na it still supports a 25,000 pesos Ether price. No? we'll link all of the. We can link the websites where we got this now. So where we do research here. There are more of that of the cost and the big picture, the reason for that in a while. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
go
okay.
ahead.
All right. Moving on from yeah, we're talking about Ethereum, no? So a lot of news recently has been about also how Ethereum is rising up in the world of cryptocurrencies. So as we all know, Bitcoin is the number one cryptocurrency in terms of market capitalization. And for those who don't know,
Ano ba yung
market
market cap? Explain mo naman, Matthew. May comment dito, wala akong maintindihan. Dugong-dugo na yung ko. So, let's try to make it more easy to understand. Yeah.
All right.
Game.
Let's start with market capitalization. So, yung market cap, it refers to the total value of all of Bitcoin's coins. So, how you get market capitalization is you multiply the value of Bitcoin. Let's say it's around 500,000 pesos, and you multiply that by
The number of
all the
points.
coins available in the market. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So yeah, so now that we understand the meaning of market cap, we'll understand now how Ethereum's market cap has always been second to Bitcoin, right? That's understandable. So yeah,
Okay. Pero basically, market cap is basically yung total value ng coins ng cryptocurrency. So let's say, diba yung Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoin only in existence. And if the current price of Bitcoin is at 500,000 pesos, then you multiply 21 million BTC times 500,000 pesos. And that's the total market capitalization or the worth of Bitcoin. Right?
yes,
So-
exactly.
Go ahead.
All right, continuing on the Bitcoin and Ethereum battle. So yeah, also a large number of useful projects on the Ethereum blockchain contribute to Ether's dominance growth. So this is a quote said by Azamat Maleev, who is the co-founder of HODL, which is a decentralized lending protocol. So yeah, so even professionals around the world are predicting Ethereum's dominance is increasing, and maybe one day could match Bitcoin's dominance in the market.
Yeah, right. Definitely. So, moving on, no, we'll talk about more kasi it plays into that. Ethereum has many applications. Maraming applications siya. And one of those applications that came out of Ethereum is the birth of stablecoins. No? So, stablecoins, as previously discussed, no, we had a previous webinar for those who don't know about USDT. And if you could go to the chart, Matthew, we sell USDT on PDAX, and USDT is a stable coin for the US dollar. So a stable coin is pegged to the value of a US dollar, so that one USDT is equal to one USD. So very stable siya after the name stable coin. Whereas kung bumili ka ng Bitcoin, very volatile, diba? So others would prefer, like, if they want to just hold it in USD, which is more stable than Bitcoin, then bumili na lang sila ng USDT. Right?
Yeah.
So going back to that, stable coin, wait lang. Let me lagay ko lang sa title para ma-understand ng lahat. So yung title for this next news is Stablecoin Market Cap Increases by $100 million daily. So going back to our definition of market cap earlier, the total worth of the stablecoin is increasing by $100 million. In pesos, magkano yun, Matthew?
Let's see in Google.
5 billion pesos.
Yeah, 5 billion.
5 billion pesos daily. Yeah, so the rise of DeFi protocols. DeFi, explain namin in a next segment. And the demand for tokens and liquidity pools may be contributing to a huge surge in the supply of stablecoins. So one of those stablecoins are USDT, now which we sell on PDAX. You can view our previous webinar there for those who are curious to know about USDT, mga Tether. So they, because of recent developments, yung market cap has been increasing by 100 million. So, I mean, if you would look at the price lang, sure, it's going down, but then there's also the other side of it, diba? Na parang people are actually using these stable coins. Parang they're using it for these other developments, and we'll be discussing that in a news segment.
Just to add to that, so people understand the stablecoin more. Some of its applications in the real world. A lot of people use stablecoins for transferring monies, remittances, because of its essence. Its value is stable and it's tied to the US dollar. So basically, they can get the benefits of having a cryptocurrency, which is that there's less middlemen, so lower fees, but at the same time, the convenience of a crypto and not have the usual disadvantages of cryptocurrencies, which is like its volatility. No.
Yes, exactly. Wait lang, I'll entertain someone's questions. By Levin, live din po ba siya sa YouTube? Yes, sir. Sir Levin, we are live on YouTube. If you go to our YouTube channel, link ko na. But while I get the link, maybe you can start na, Matthew, with the next.
All right. So moving on, while Katie looks up the YouTube channel.
I'll put it on the comment.
Excuse me. So a blockchain-based voting system was successful at the Michigan Democrat Convention. So this is what
actually update yung title
here.
There.
So this is actually the first virtual conventions in the US to utilize blockchain voting, and this was held last August 29 to 30. And the reason why for the shift to blockchain voting is because of the unique challenges which is posed by the pandemic. So people couldn't go out. Some of the traditional methods were ineffective with digital methods. So the Michigan Democrat Convention decided na it's better to use a blockchain-backed voting system. So this is interesting, Katie. We see how blockchain is used in the real world, like even in voting systems.
Definitely, no. And it all ties back. Soaring amazing na. Sorry if I keep plugging the previous webinars, but we actually talked about this in previous webinars. Yung mga applications of blockchain in the real world. It's surprising and amazing to see. There's actually blockchain voting already happening, at least a trial run. I understand very small lang yung sample set, diba, Matthew? Mga 200 maybe or 300 people voted. But still, parang the fact that people and the US government's trying it shows that blockchain as a technology is actually being used, and the technology itself is actually bringing real value to the world.
Yes, exactly.
To add to that, siguro, I wanted to say, for those who don't understand still what a blockchain is, we also have a previous webinar that explains what blockchain is. We have it with Nicole Alba, YouTuber we had. It's in our previous webinar list. You'll be able to find it. Pero for those who's first time to understand, blockchain is basically, if you would say, ano ba? I'll compare it to Monopoly. Sige na. Like
Monopoly analogy. Yes.
Why do I compare it to Monopoly? When you play Monopoly, diba? Everyone knows how much money each player has in the game. And then, sino ba yung banker dyan? Wala namang banker dun eh. Everyone is each other's banker. So they directly transact with each other. And there's no middleman that is involved in that transaction. What does that mean? Parang it means in the bigger picture, parang it would be cheaper kasi there's no intermediary that goes in between them. And it's really useful because you can send, it's a ledger basically, a list of transactions that you can trace, and it's transparent. And the reason why I'm bringing this up and explaining this is because parang patok siya sa definition or the application right now. Blockchain voting, making everything transparent to know who voted for who. Nobody can mess up and change the records. No? That's one important feature that blockchain has. You can't change it. You can't change the history. once you write it down there, it's
there
there.
forever.
Unlike kung mag-Excel kayo, anyone can change what's on Excel, right? Versus this. So yeah.
So moving on.
Moving on.
Next. All right.
Tara. So the moment you guys been waiting for, or maybe di naman waiting for, the next news we have is about DeFi. Otherwise called as decentralized finance, the hot new crypto trend of 2020. Now, what is decentralized finance? Please do note we're just reporting and sharing. Okay, we feel that it's important to educate you guys, our users and clients, potential users, as well as to know more about what's happening. And marami ring sketchy and speculative dito sa DeFi, and yeah, just letting you guys know. So what is DeFi? DeFi is decentralized finance, which aims to recreate the traditional financial system with less middlemen. So many of the traditional actions in the markets include lending, borrowing, structuring derivative products, ano ba yun? And the buying and selling of securities, buying and selling stock. So it can now be done through a decentralized open source network. It's made possible with blockchain. And the vast majority of these applications are currently created on Ethereum, which we mentioned earlier. But in principle, other platforms with smart contract capabilities could work too. So, to say, one of the reasons maybe that Ethereum took a crash, Bitcoin took a crash, we're not certain, of course, but lots of people have been hopping on the DeFi train last week and this week. And yung lahat ng mga intricacies dito, such as, imagine traditional banks, right? We deposit money and then receive an interest rate of, let's say, 0.1%. And then these banks will lend it to people who want to borrow money from the bank at a higher interest rate. That's how banks make money, right? Pero dito sa DeFi, if you wanna earn an interest rate, the DeFi protocols, yung parang examples of these DeFi, they will provide pools, parang a fund basically, where it will provide you a higher interest rate, and then these pools will also lend out that money to other people at a lower interest rate. So what does this mean? Kung ikaw yung maglo-loan sa protocol, you will effectively have a more or less lower rate than if you were to go to borrow from a bank. And then if you were a saver and you want to deposit in an account with higher returns, you can receive higher returns kasi less intermediaries and middlemen talaga siya. Now, did you understand that naman, Mac? Do you have any question?
None naman. Pero we have a comment here from TJ Tan saying, I think it's not totally safe to invest on DeFi, not good for long term. So yeah, just to address that comment, no. So yeah, we're not as we said earlier, we're not trying to convince you guys to do anything. We're just basically trying to explain what's happening in the world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So yeah, so we don't disagree with you, and we don't agree with you at the same time. We're just.
Yeah, but no, fair point, TJ. Parang there are super huge risks. Like there's this token called Hot Dog. 4,000. It was valued at $4,000 token. Tapos overnight, it lost 99% of its value overnight. Wild. So
there are really sketchy options on DeFi.
Yeah, there are really those sketchy protocols. So it's best to wait until the dust clears. Kasi the technology itself is super innovative. Na it makes sense. I mean, in the long run, let's see how it goes, the developments that will happen. So we have a comment here, Hackdog. Exactly, Hackdog indeed. Sir.
Another comment, I disagree. Mas maganda mag-invest sa DeFi. So yeah, very contrasting opinions here in the comment section.
Fair enough, sir. We'd like to hear your thoughts rin naman sa comments. All we're saying here is it's high risk, high reward, diba? Risk here, and more rewards. You have to deal with other kinds of problems um, that come with it. And it's not as user friendly. Like your mom wouldn't be able to invest in it.
100%.
Or like people who, first of all, wala pa silang exposure to cryptocurrencies. Tapos you're gonna introduce them to DeFi. Parang it's a very new concept that um, parang it's to introduce to them.
Yeah, I feel like especially for those kind of people who don't understand what they're investing, it's very risky for them if they don't understand what they're investing in. I guess that's also something to be like to note whenever you're making an investment. One is the risk factor, and two is completely understanding what you're investing in, just to minimize the risk.
Right.
Yes.
We have a comment here from Mark. We should support Libra. Not everyone has access to banks. Like sending messages is easy. Sending money rin dapat easy and safe. So for those who don't know, Libra is a cryptocurrency started by Mark Zuckerberg, or like the Facebook Foundation, or the people behind that. They started a project on this, pero due to regulation, they received lots of criticism from governments all over the world.
Yeah.
Or starting sa US government pa lang really hard, diba?
Yeah.
Lots of backlash. Let's see if will be any developments there. No?
And yes, if there are developments, we'll let you guys know through the news.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
All
right.
My question dito, may rebuttal sa TJ. In crypto, if you lose your money, no one can make an action for you. What if yung mga nag-lending biglang maglaho and you hold at the top? So, definitely there are these risks as well. Diba?
So I guess also your appetite for risk,
Yeah.
which comes with any kind of investment. You have to gauge how much risk you're willing to take in with your money.
Yeah.
That is your savings after all.
That is your hard-earned money. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to throw it and burn it, maybe that's the equivalent lang rin, diba?
All right. Should we move on to the next?
Yeah, let's move on. Sige, let's move on.
All right. So, okay, moving on. We have, here. So, tokenizing real estate attempts in Mexico and in Canada. So,
another application of blockchain.
Yes. So, Mount X Real Estate Capital, which is a Canada-based property tech investment platform, has licensed Vertalo, a digital asset management platform, to design 15 different real estate projects across Mexico and in Canada. So yeah, this is really interesting, no? Like we were just talking earlier about how blockchain applies to voting, and now it can also be applied to real estate.
Yeah. Definitely marami ring implications for tokenizing real estate. No? We talked about this in our previous webinar with Mark Vernon on blockchain applications, and it's really interesting yung point of view niya. If you guys want to look at it, it's in our previous webinars. But what I can say on the matter siguro is, if you were to tokenize real estate, it's also beneficial. Kasi diba, for one, like deeds, like people can maybe fake deeds, right? Pero if you put it on a blockchain, then your deeds on your ownership, that proof that you own a certain property, that can't be fake. Kasi that's on the blockchain na. And as said before, na you can't change the contents on the blockchain as it is. There's a term for it Wait lang.
What were you looking for?
Cannot be changed. Then. Irreversible. Let's keep it at irreversible. Right? Yeah.
All right. Just to paint some context of the scale and the legitimacy of this whole real estate tokenizing. According to Vertalo, the digital asset management platform, this is the third of 4 different planned deals made by Vertalo's real estate division, which suggests even more growth in the tokenizing of real estate in the real world. And as of now, their plans of execution will be promoted in Latin America and eventually across US and Canadian markets. So hopefully, one day, all these Bitcoin applications will be coming over to the Philippines more and more.
Yeah, maybe we'll have our own developments here local.
Exactly.
To add,
Thank you, Pogitsu PH. Immutable is the word. There you go. Immutable. Cannot be changed. There. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We have questions here. What can you say about mining? Is mining still profitable right now? I think it's a very broad field right there right now. No, pero for those who don't know what mining is, basically you can mine Bitcoin, you can mine Ethereum using your own computer power to mine and solve these. Parang the way you earn Bitcoin is by mining these blocks and then solving it so that you can receive a portion of the rewards. And what they're asking is it profitable to mine? Well, I think the relevant questions to ask there naman, Sir Christian, would be magkano ba yung kuryente dito sa Pilipinas? How much would it, like how fast would it be to mine a portion of BTC? And then you can just like do a break even calculation siguro to see whether or not is it worth it ba na you earn this much Bitcoin pero the cost and time to produce it with electricity, of course, you have to include electricity because it's going to be run on the computer. And then you have to purchase the GPU pa, which is a special kind of computer part that's specialized for Bitcoin mining. So you have to put all of that into account. And so we can't give a answer to that. That's up to you. No?
So we have another question in the comments. Miko De Peralta asks, what amount can you say is the best to put in this kind of investment? So I guess this is related to what we said earlier about choosing your investments now. Like everyone has like their own different portfolios when it comes to investing, and some people have more Bitcoin than others, like the percentage of the portfolio. Some people have like 10% of their portfolio, some at 20, some at 50. So yeah, I think the best thing to do talaga is to do research first and know how much risk you want to take in going into the investment.
Yeah, because as we said, like it's a very volatile market. As we saw, diba? Like
overnight.
We had a bunch of news we wanted to share with you guys. Then boom, what? It just dropped to 500K. Yeah. So here's by TJ, amount that you can afford to lose. I agree with you.
Very good advice. Yeah. I think that's what everyone would say. Yeah.
Very good. Then not profitable na daw ang mining dahil sa mataas na electricity cost dito. I was gonna say that rin, pero I wanted you guys to figure the research first and do it yourself. As that is the first step to doing your own research. So,
should we move on?
Yeah, sige, let's move on.
Okay. Oh, were you going to say something? Sorry.
I was going to say someone commented, Shirley commented, F-gas fee is expensive. Yes. I think that's also brought about because of DeFi right now, the developments in DeFi. Lots of people are moving money, moving F around to certain places. And then it's clogging up the transactions, the network. Kaya mas mahal. Nagmamahal yung mga Ethereum gas. So for those who don't know, gas is basically a mini version of F. It's a division of F. If I were to, I'm googling it right now, guys, para you guys know it. One gas equivalent to F. So basically, it's like 0.00423 F, one gas. And right now, it's getting more expensive because you have to put in more gas so that your Ethereum transactions get approved. Right. So yeah, let's move on.
All right. So next up on the list is, you want to say it or?
Go ahead.
All right. So Swiss crypto bank Sygnum scores approval for digital asset trading. So now the bank is officially licensed as a digital asset trading facility by Switzerland's Financial Market Supervisor Authority. So what this means is that Sygnum is now authorized to cover the complete life cycle of a security, starting from services such as primary insurance, settlements, and custody to secondary trading. And on top of this, Sygnum users also have access to instant settlement via Sygnum issued stablecoin, the digital Swiss francs. So what this means is that they have easy access basically to converting currencies into digital Swiss francs and to convert it to different currencies as well.
Can you put it on the screen for everyone's updated? And Swiss Crypto Bank. So thank you, Cointelegraph, for that article. So we get from Cointelegraph, CoinDesk also. Just to plug also for those who just tuning in, we also post updates like this on Instagrams, which Matthew can talk more about a bit before we go on.
So yeah, we post around 2 to 3 articles per week on different developments and news in the crypto world. So yeah, so basically what we're doing now, you'll find these articles and more on the Instagrams page. So yeah, go check it out and give it a follow if you guys have an Instagrams account.
Yeah, there. I've commented down below. We've commented that down below, so you can visit that and follow us. So Instagrams, a proud local Filipino
Yes.
company where they virtually trade, where you're allowed to virtually trade crypto or even PSE stocks. So,
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people here now use Instagrams to check daily prices, daily updates. Yeah.
So we have our own daily market prices that we post rin on our Instagrams. Makita nyo rin naman sa Facebook namin. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, sige, to add to what you were saying, Matthew, regarding yung Swiss Crypto Bank having approval for digital asset trading, I think it just goes to show more institutions are trying out digital asset trading. The acceptance is slowly building up.
Yeah, just to add to that again, recently also Thailand's central bank, they started building the groundwork for creating their own stablecoin, their own digital currency.
Central bank digital currency now.
Yeah, CBDC. Same with I forget the other country, but also recently they've been developing their own CBDC. And yeah. And we'll touch on news later on CBDC. Yeah, we'll see later.
In our previous webinar, our own central bank, yung si Director Benjamin Diokno also mentioned he's open to the idea, right? So there are really there's increasing interest in the use of blockchain for digital currencies, so managed by the central bank. So they're harnessing the innovations and power of blockchain. So yeah, let's go on to the next news. I can say this.
All right.
So for the next news, China crypto users move $50 billion of crypto out of the country. Can you move on to the slide, Matthew? For sure. We have the yen, the yuan, RMB. Are there over $50 billion of cryptocurrency moved from China-based digital wallets to other parts of the world in the last year, according to a report by Chain Analysis. This may be due to the fact that citizens are only allowed to buy up to $50,000 worth of foreign currency a year at the financial institutions in China. The report said this could point towards the possibility of Chinese citizens using cryptocurrencies to move their money out of the country, right? So, if this was not a signal enough na people are using cryptocurrencies to at least like move money, like that's one of the purposes rin of money rin, diba? Na you wanna be able to send it to someone, transfer it to someone as smooth as possible. This is one of the possible applications as well. Imagine na lang parang GCash, like I sent to you, Matthew, except you're in you're in a different country. Let's say you're in saan yung country na wala ng COVID? Thailand, maybe. I think Thailand low na COVID. Pero imagine there you have it, you accept it, and that's how easy it should be, basically sending money. So that's one. Do you have anything else to add?
Oh yeah, just to add to that, I guess, which is the remittance application of cryptocurrencies. Like, I guess the reason why people in China are using crypto instead of traditional methods is that it's more expensive and there's lots of red tape to transfer money with traditional currencies. So yeah, I guess we can also apply that here in Philippines. What you said, let's say I want to transfer money to a different country, I can use crypto to cut costs essentially and to send it faster. as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayun. Before we move on to our next questions, next news pala. May nagtanong pala, pwede ba i-cancel ang order on limit? And the answer is yes, as long as hindi pa na-fill. If can you go to our trade website? Yes. So basically, for those who want to know, we have 3 different types of orders: limit, market, FAK. For time reasons and for convenience, I will only explain limit and market for now. Limit orders are basically uh, you can decide kung anong presyo na you want to sell your cryptocurrency at. So let's say Matthew wants to sell 100 USDT. Yung price na he wants to sell it at, siguro you want to sell it at a higher rate, no? So for 49. So it will show there. And if nobody, right now, wala ka yatang pera sa account mo na, Matthew.
I'm using another now. Parang,
No worries.
yeah.
But I mean, like, in theory, once na-set mo yung order na yun, and, what you call that, and wala pang bumibili, you can cancel it. Yes. All right. Going back. So, someone commented here, why not? Hi, I've upgraded my account for my email since you guys. Hello, sorry. Very, very sorry about this. No, you can PM us and we'll do our best to verify your account as soon as we can. But as stated earlier, we are going around the clock to get your accounts verified because there's been a spike in verification requests, and we're just really doing our best to do so that we can serve you better. And rest assured, no, these delays will not be permanent. Siyempre, we're looking to continually upgrade our infrastructure and system. So in the future, expect na verifications will be really, really quick. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for your patience. So, yeah. Game.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So next up, we have this U.S. lawmakers advocate for blockchain use in COVID relief efforts. So yeah, more news on the development of blockchain in the real world. So members of Congress are urging the federal government to use blockchain solutions to boost COVID-19 relief efforts. And representatives are reintroducing bipartisan legislation in January that would reduce the tax burden on small crypto transactions. So yeah, I guess the reason why people, especially we can see now people in Congress are also urging the use of blockchains is probably it's for its benefits such as the transparency of blockchain and how it benefits the government, especially in a time of like COVID-19 where we want to have transactions to be as pure and like not corrupt as possible. No?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So donations rin, diba? Imagine using crypto or blockchain for donations. Super useful. Bakit? If you were to donate through a USDT, a stable coin basically, if you want to donate USDT to a relief effort for COVID, they will know, you will know personally how much, what happened to the funds sa blockchain.
Yeah.
You'll be able to know, okay,
You can watch it
did,
then.
did someone withdraw it? Did someone like move the money? Was it all gone the day after? Whereas, parang super transparent lang. Basically, that's what the point is. So, I see the support from the U.S. lawmakers. I think that's one of the reasons why they support the trend is because there's transparency, there's less corruption, and that's what we really need more here also in our country.
Yeah, just some trivial news to add to this. I don't know. As you all might remember, the explosion in Lebanon a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
A lot of businessmen in Lebanon are using cryptocurrencies to start their relief funds for the country because of the corrupt banking system that exists in their country. So yeah, just another use for cryptocurrencies, especially in donations and COVID relief efforts.
Yeah. So what happened yata was what I remember you shared it just with me, diba, Matthew? Na,
Yeah.
You sent me a link. I opened the link na uh, you're able to parang may QR code na. Tapos if you scan it, it will show an ad. Parang it's the address,
Yeah,
the
the
Bitcoin,
address already. Yeah, the Bitcoin
and you can
address.
donate
Yeah.
directly to them.
Mhm.
Super quick lang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. But yeah, super thoughtful and like empowering to know that anyone can do that, and yeah, increased applications for blockchain. And we will go to our final news for our webinar this week. I'll share it, and that is the digital yuan rollout. No? So China's digital yen is set to be rolled out in three major regions of the country. First, the Greater Bay Area. Hindi po ito yung sa USA, but this is in the Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region, and the Yangtze River Delta. So these are actually major regions of the country, and medyo matagal na yung plano nito ni China to actually roll out the digital yen, and they've been strong advocates for blockchain use in government and in everywhere. So um, this is one of the examples of a digital currency being implemented by a nation, and we're interested to see how it rolls out, no? Kasi maraming implications yun ito eh. Why is this useful? Because it will allow people to transact as it is already. People in China, when they transact, it's usually by phone. They pay through WeChat Pay, through Alipay, stuff like that. And this kind of new behavior won't be different to them. And it's actually good for foreigners. Imagine, like, foreigners, papasok ka sa China, you'll be able to get digital yuan and pay through digital means as well, not just through cash. Actually, if you go to China tapos you pay in cash raw, sabi raw nila na
No one accepts it.
yeah, they don't want to accept your money.
Yeah.
They would rather they really prefer WeChat Pay or these digital forms of transaction.
Yeah, just to add to the point we said about foreigners now, because I usually travel back to China because I have relatives there. And it's really hard to convert any currency sometimes. Like, they're really strict because they're a communist country. They're super uptight about security. So yeah, I think having this digital yuan would be a lot more convenient for tourists, for visitors to be able to transact and convert their money.
Yeah, definitely. Some notable cities in these regions include Hong Kong, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Beijing, Macau, and Shenzhen. So more or less, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard of it in movies, maybe, or in recent news. More importantly, these are known countries and known cities, and to roll it out in these major cities would implicate some sort of mainstreamness to using digital currency. So the digital currency will be the world's first sovereign digital currency. The new measures of the currency shall be completed by the end of 2020. Wow. According to China's Ministry of Commerce. And according to reports in China, there won't be a significant difference in terms of usage because people already use these forms of payments, as I said earlier already. So wow, very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And so with that, I guess we have shared our crypto roundup and the week and the developments we saw in crypto for at least last week to make up for yung wala kami nung last week and this week, no? Super lots of fast developments happening in crypto and blockchain everywhere in the world. The price, first and foremost,
Crazy price, bro.
grabe na lang, bigla na lang, no? But we want to share with you guys, our users, these new developments because, while some people may just look for the price, there are also some who look at the bigger long-term trends and developments in the world. And for those who really believe in the potential of blockchain, this might be the news that you guys the reaffirmation you want to hold on to your cryptocurrencies now if you really believe that it's going to be the future. And if you've been holding it for this long, then maybe you can hold it for longer. But This is not financial advice. We're just saying that we're sharing this information so that you guys are more enlightened. And related to that, Shirley asked, my prediction ba kung tataas ang XRP? Sorry, Shirley. If we knew that po, then we would be millionaires already. But I mean, it can go up, it can go down, right? And you can use either fundamental analysis or to buy on average, parang peso cost average mo na lang, or use technical analysis to figure out and analyze what are supports, what are resistances, if it's going in a trend, breakout, all these terms. You can use um, your own research, and that's the emphasis we want to bring out again. So do
And
your own
just to add to that, though, we have our past webinar with Toma Trader. You can learn some bits of information on how to analyze different
Yeah.
cryptos.
Nag-live charting siya actually. So he went to BTC, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, XRP.
Yeah, all the major cryptocurrencies, right? Yeah.
You can look into the minds of one of the top traders here in Manila. Super respected si Toma Trader. There you go. So let me.
You can find that video in the videos tab of our Facebook page.
Yes.
Alexandra asks, are you planning to have an app? If yes, can you add an alert feature to notify users if their order has been filled and a price alert?
So thank you for this feedback, Alexander. This is actually a good feature. And yes, we are planning to have an app. It is already in development and we want to make it the best version we have, like make you guys have the best experience on it. So rest assured, we are developing an app. And as soon as we release it, we'll let you know. And in the feature that you recommended, thank you for this. I'll also forward this now. And that's a really good idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so in regards with Patrick, why does it take days to verify cash-ins made through banks, even if done through InstaPay? The reason is because we are currently we follow a manual depositing. We have to verify the transactions properly. But rest assured, Patrick, we are also working on a way to make sure na instant settlement or near instant settlement. And of course, we want to make it more convenient for you guys, right? So please bear with us, but we will do our best to, no, not do our best because it's already under development, right? So please be patient with us as we roll out these changes in the coming weeks or weeks. So thanks. Just a little more questions now, Matthew. Let's answer by Iluna. What's the correlation between stock prices and Bitcoin? Let's stock price and crypto correlation. Let's Google. What do you think? Matthew?
What I think, because okay, I think you can think about it this way now. When you're an investor and your portfolio, the different stocks in your portfolio, let's say the value decreases. So when that happens, now definitely you want to start securing your money. So a reaction to that by an investor might be he'll pull out his Bitcoin, his other assets, just so he can secure his money. So I think that's what also happens in like different markets around the world now. Let's say prices in the US drop and the S&P 500 drop. So what happens usually is that an investor from a different country, if he has assets in that market, he'll also start selling his assets in a different market just so that he can secure his money. So in that sense, there might be a domino effect on different stock market prices. And it also might extend to Bitcoin even because people have assets in different areas.
We had here our previous, 2 weeks ago, 1 week, 2 weeks. Javi Medina from Open Journal talked about this in detail. No? Super helpful yung sinabi niya about the price of Bitcoin, of what his views are, and yung assumptions and risks behind it. So you can also watch that to learn more. I think it still applies even until now, maybe. But he does include like mga tidbits that say na if these things happen, then my assumption is not valid anymore. So super appreciate that view. If you want to research and learn more, would highly advise you to watch that. It's the video right before this. with
Yeah.
heavy medieval.
So yeah, that's doing your research, guys. Make sure you do your research.
So our final question siguro is from Levin. Ano po ang pinagkaiba ng ecosystem ng Polkadot versus ETH? So personally, I have not heard of Polkadot, but I am aware that it's similar to Ethereum, but I haven't done much research on that. We'll do more of our own research on that, right? So that we can be more knowledgeable and share it with you guys. So thank you. Thank you, Levin. We'll do our research. Ikaw rin, do your research para we can share knowledge. So, with that being said, I would like to thank you, our viewers. Thank you guys so much for watching our crypto roundup for this week. And please expect us to be back again next week to provide more crypto. Baka may mag-invite kaming special guest. No? We have a special offer for you guys if you guys haven't availed it yet. So for those who reached until the end, thank you for coming. If you cash in a minimum of 1,000 pesos with the referral code webinar, when you cash in, no, at least 1,000, you will receive a 50 peso cashback or at least credit. It's an additional credit to your account. So we urge you to, if you want to cash in, and if you haven't used it yet, come cash in a minimum of 1,000 pesos, and you will be able to, with the referral code webinar, so that you can get 50 peso cash. So with that, I will end the webinar today, and thank you all. We'll see you next week. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. And we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you, Matthew, for joining us.
No problem. Anytime.